This fellow right here, yes, him with a white beard, he's supposed to be in a lot of trouble for dancing to that song. Meet Yitzhak Goldknopf, Israel's Minister of Housing and Construction, who belongs to the Haredi sect of ultra-Orthodox Judaism. Supposedly, they're anti-Zionist Jews who do not believe in the political state of Israel, and as they sing in this song, they prefer to die than to serve in its military. They also oppose the occupation of Palestinian land and regularly call for the abolition of Israel's apartheid system, which famously includes racial segregation of roads to demarcate Palestinian road users from Israeli road users. So you're probably asking yourself, what on earth is an anti-Zionist who rejects Israel's compulsory military draft sitting in Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet? To answer this question, first listen to this.
She was taken to Sedek Timan and she was nude searched over and over again and filmed, and then she was raped twice by Israeli male soldiers, 2 of them at a time, while videotaping her.
You've probably heard a lot about this and other recent Israeli atrocities against the Palestinian people. Now, what you probably don't know is that Mr. Goldknopf, as Housing and Construction Minister, has since 2022 overseen the biggest expansion of illegal Israeli settlements in several decades, which was the key trigger for the escalation that began in October 2023. In other words, this cute, harmless, anti-Zionist, ultra-Orthodox practitioner with 10 children, who occasionally pisses off Zionists by singing an anti-Zionist song, and whose religious group regularly sprays anti-Zionist graffiti across Jerusalem, is in fact partly responsible for the gruesome deaths of thousands of innocents in Palestine. And that's why, despite this video, he's not in any real trouble and he's going to keep his job. He's the good cop, while the wingnut loonies like Bezalel Smotrich are the bad cops. But they're both cops. You see, one very important thing to understand about imperial entities is that for them, it is standard operating procedure to quietly fund the people and organizations that, on the surface, look like they're opposition. And they do this in exchange for having full visibility and control over whatever they do. That is why these guys still have their large, happy families, enjoy their exemptions from Israel's compulsory military draft, and live comfortable, heavily subsidized lifestyles. These things are golden handcuffs that ensure that their purported anti-Zionism is weak, performative, and of no real consequence. This imperial tactic for co-opting opposition is the means by which a hard-nosed street poet in the US, who once recorded a militant anti-government anthem adopted by oppressed people around the world, now wears a suit and takes instructions from the US State Department. It's also how political activists in the global south, who have fought against the manifestations of imperialism in their countries, usually end up getting co-opted into the political and civil society extensions of the very empire they once fought. It is cheaper and more effective to control the opposition than to merely fight against it. And that's why, even though this stuff is cute and it looks like a form of resistance, it's actually not resistance at all. Cool song though.